Hello and welcome back to another video, and today I have Mateo over here with me, and we are going to be profiling the one and only Salamangreat God's Salamangreat deck. So yeah, be sure to smash the like button and comment down below why you still think that Salamangreat is the best deck, and Mateo will show you. And yeah, any words?
Again, let's get into it.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Okay, so we're gonna run pretty standard lineups. There's like a little bit of exception, but yeah. So the one Gazelle, double Spinny.
Let's move that bit over there.
Yep.
All right.
Double Jaguar, and the double Foxy. So I actually cut Falco out of the list because I just didn't feel like it did enough. A lot of people are still running it. Just personally, it never came up. And the times it does come up, it's just not worth it. So I do prefer to cut it. I think this engine is big enough.
Yep.
There's nothing really to say about this. It's just really standard.
How do you feel about double Jaguar? Because I find that some people are still running one.
Well, if you run Desires, which I do, you can't run one, especially like your engine's so small.
All right, cool.
Next we go triple Buff, and then triple Exceed. So,
all right.
Yeah, people have been cutting Exceed because they don't think the rank 4 engine's not like they don't think it's that valuable right now. I think it's like still insanely strong. But Gooska's still ridiculous. And also, Flame Buffalo, this card's just better than Debug because you can't get hit by Drool.
Are you running Debug?
No, we cut Debug completely out of the list.
All right.
Debug's is not, like, you can't justify running Debug right now. It gets hit too much. This you can also chain block, which is really good, so you guarantee 2 cards. So yeah, really good. That's it for the monsters. Like, for the
That was a clean swipe.
We don't run anything too large because we don't want to brick hunters our cards.
Yep.
Right? For hand traps, you run 3 Ash and 3 Bell. That's it. Don't run more than this because we're not playing hand trap-esque deck anymore.
So I have a question over here. So you know how Bell is really good this format?
Yeah.
In Salamangreat, is Ash still technically better?
Yes, because you can still add it back with Sunlight.
So do you value that more?
Yes, and even still, Ash is still generically better in my opinion because you just hit it still hits every deck in some sort of way. Every deck searches, every deck summons from deck or slash sends the grave. Every deck has some sort of mechanic that falls under that category. But Bell also hits that really hard. So running
They're both good cards.
Yeah, opening like one of each is really solid. But yeah, really good engine. I love that engine.
It for the monsters.
Yep, that's it for the monsters. So we go really simple. For the spells, obviously 1 circle. This card can come back to 3 now. The deck's not strong enough for it to. I think they need to have this at 3. But yeah, the triple mining with.
If anything, Mirage Salio should definitely come back.
Yeah, the thing is with Mirage Dalio is it locks you out of cards, right? So
it's.
Like, it is
I
still
doubt
good.
people would even like go for it in their combo.
Like I would definitely run it, but it's just not as good because you want to use Parallel Exceed.
Yeah.
I don't think that engine's better. But yeah, so the mining's really important, obviously. Triple Desires, this card's really good. It's like really good in this deck just because you don't care what you banish. Gazelle doesn't matter.
And 2 is mathematically incorrect.
Double Will and 1 Sanctuary. I'm thinking of cutting this to 1 to run more trap cards because trap cards, obviously, as you can see, the rest of the deck is trap cards. But yeah, this engine is like.
Yeah.
It's generically like pretty good. It does the job, and it's pretty consistent as well. So now we're getting onto the fun part.
All right.
This is the part of the deck where we improvise because of the format, and this is the trap engine. So we are running 2 Roar, 2 Rage. Again, I like this because you have Desires and having the ability to use both of these in 1 turn is very oppressing. Having a hard negate and having double pop is really good.
All right.
Yeah, you can't justify running 1 of each anymore.
Do you ever find yourself using both effective rage or only one of them?
I rarely ever use the first effect. It doesn't ever come up because it's just so impractical.
Okay.
But yeah. Next for, I think the best trap in the deck in my opinion, Solemn Strike.
It's better than Judgment.
Yeah, this card's really good right now. Drytron ends them. It just, any deck, this card, like, it's just so good. It's really good against.
And also decks like Virtual World who end on VFD. If you strike their VFD, a nice turn.
Yeah, this card's super good. Yeah, you can just hold this too. Hold this until the VFD, and then that's it. or hold this until they try to OTK
Because
you.
it is spell speed 3, so it's not like they can negate it.
Yeah, this card is just really good. I really love this card right now. Next, we go for the double torrential. I haven't really found myself playing 3 because I don't think it's as good as Solemn Strike, but I also think it's still good enough to run in the deck.
When it resolves, you win the game.
Yeah, when this card resolves, yeah, it's just too strong to not play. There is some sort of outplay mechanic to it as it is a 1 effect, but it is still really good.
Yep. Alright.
Next, we go to D-Barrier. This is a little untraditional, but I like it because against Drytron, you call Ritual, and it hurts them super hard.
They literally done. They're done.
Like, it's insane. The only time they ever can outplay this is if they can still get... If they
Vanities.
hard open Vanities, first of all. Second of all, they have to have the ability to summon 2 Drytrons without
And
using
if
Ritual
that
effects.
is, they are running the Vanity's engine, because a lot of people are running the Herald.
Yeah, and if you're running Herald, then that's it. Like, you just can't do anything. And also, with this card, is really good against Virtual World, as they won't be able to make any plays. Like, even if they try to go into any synchro plays before, like, if you're going first, this card's still good to stop them. Also, we're running, for the last trap, we're running 2 Compulse. This card is, like, very, very untraditional, and you could play 3 and 3, but I like the 2 of.
A lot of you guys who are viewers of my channel know that I love this card, and I think it's one of the best trap cards in the game.
This card comes up too much, this card comes up more than Torrential, this card comes up more than D-Barrier, this card comes up more than even Strike, actually. A lot of times this card comes up more. If you open this card in your hand, it just allows you to keep playing through when they're trying to spam so many cards. Especially, this card's really good at outing Vanities, because this deck cannot play through it at all, unless you have the traps to out it. And the only trap that can is Compulse. And obviously Torrential, but like going second.
Compulse is insane.
Yeah,
if you time it well, your opponent passes.
Going second, you open this, you can pop, or you can bounce their cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my trap engine. We run a huge trap engine just because we're playing like a real heavy control deck.
So, what do you think about running Trap Trick in this deck?
The issue with Trap Trick is, like, I think it actually makes your deck inconsistent in a way because you want to have the ability to use your full engine of traps as you're trying to grind them out. You're not trying to just set up 5 traps and end their turn, because you're not really trying to OTK. Even though you are running access code, I don't like the fact that you just waste your resource. Even though the card's phenomenal, like, it will work, I just prefer not to run it.
Alright. Actually, one last thing.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about needle sealing?
Yeah, he's bringing this up because I was playing Dinos in the tournament, and my full board got needle sealing. 2 conductors, like, everything got needle sealing. But if when it comes up, it comes up. But I don't think it's getting a spot in my deck.
It's a pseudo dark hole.
Yeah, it's really annoying. That was really annoying. But
it happened to me too.
Yeah.
So. All right, cool.
For the extra deck, I think we're going pretty standard. Joe Balinks, I don't like people that are cutting this to play Almirage. I think that card is horrible.
Almirage just sucks in Salamangreat, which is ironic because it's so good in every other deck.
Yeah, Balinks is just a play. I don't know why you would ever play Almirage over a 3rd copy. Because even so, I actually play through like 3 copies most of the games. Because you're grinding. This deck's all about grinding. So you need the 3 copies. Also, another card I don't know why people are cutting is Sunlight. I don't know why people are cutting this to 2. Again, most times I'm burning through 3 every game. There's no time where I'm using 2. Because it's just too consistent to run 2 copies. You need to have the 3 copies. A card now where it's super cuttable right now just because it's not that impactful, but when it comes up, when you get to relink and shuffle two spells off their field, there's a lot of traps, really good. But yeah, Helio just generic. And then my Spice card that I've always liked. I've always liked this card.
He always has.
This card's simply just good because in a format where there's a lot of traps or a lot of cards that you're trying to out, having a full board wipe, and also this card's really good for time, by the way.
Pyro Phoenix, by the way, in case you guys didn't see, because nobody knows this card, basically.
This card's really good in time. You summon their Link monster and burn them for that amount. And I have burned people in time with this card before.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, so really good. This is the solid engine. We play huge engine. Definitely the cuttable ones are these 4. But I like them just because they're all back row hate in a sense.
Exactly. All right. Is that it?
Well, no, we got the actual the meat and potatoes. You can't forget about access code. This card's too good. Transcode, update, access code. Access code right now is like so busted, but it just, the only problem with it is that getting it out on the field when your opponent's going to set up so many interruptions to stop you is
It's just
kinda,
hard.
It's really hard. But when it does resolve, you just slap them with 11k to the face. And
Because it can attack twice.
yeah, it attacks twice, and also you get the 3k from the transcode engrave. Also, this is like the only deck that can make a 10k access code. So it is really value.
All right, cool.
And then lastly, for the XYZs, we're playing 1 Tornado, 1 Bagooska, Trap decks, Tornado, and then any other deck, Bagooska.
Very.
This card's just generically hard
Yeah.
to get over. These are just standard. Some other options, if you like Abyss Dweller, you can play it. I think that's a little iffy right now because not too many decks rely on the graveyard. It does hurt Drytron because they can't really like reuse their graveyard, which is what they like doing. But I do prefer the Bagooska.
All right, cool.
And also for some, I'm not gonna show you guys a side deck, but some side deck recommendations. I wouldn't run too much back row hate in this deck. Like at most run 3 Cosmics because you're not really your deck really outgrinds a lot of trap.
Maybe
decks.
a Duster.
Yeah, maybe like the Heavy Storm Duster is really good too. Some Drolls, Lancias.
Like the Harpies.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Drolls and Lancias are also really stable-ish, and that should be basically like your fundamentals. After that, it's pretty much whatever you want. You can run pretty much anything, and it should work if it has some sort of impact on the meta. But yeah, that's it for the Salad deck. We are running like a really weird deck, but the traps actually come up way more often.
What works, right?
Yeah. The hand trap lineup seems pretty perfect. The one thing I if I could change, maybe find space to run a little bit more hand traps, because you do open enough hand traps, but I guess having the ability to have a little bit more is fine. I guess it is like a little bit. It's pretty helpful. But yeah, that's the end of the
All
deck.
right, cool. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did, if you did enjoy the video, be sure to smash the like button, and of course subscribe to the channel because we are very, very close to 500. So if you guys are watching this and you aren't subscribed, be sure to do that. And once again, thank you to Mateo for coming onto the channel.
No problem.
And I'll catch you guys in the next. All right, guys. Peace.